You know, it's not that long ago that Google came out with Google Home and Google Home Mini. And I must be honest and say when they first came out, I fell in love. I thought, I have got to get one of those. They are awesome. But as time's gone by, I've kind of changed my mind. So let's have a look at why I won't be buying a Google Home, an Apple HomePod, or an Amazon Alexa. You know, in this modern world that we live in, we are becoming more and more reliant all the time on technology. And, you know, I think it's starting to take away from the things that up to, you know, this sort of modern society point of time have kept us healthy. Things that have kept our brains stimulated, keep our minds ticking over, keep us interested, keep us going. We're becoming too reliant, I think, on things that make life easy. We've all got in our homes now a variety of these things. And to be honest, I mean, in this house, for example, we've got probably 7 or 8 of these things for various electrical appliances around the house. And, you know, I mean, these days it's even going, I mean, this has been around for years, obviously, but these days it's even going beyond that. You know, you can now control most things with an app on your iPad as well, or your phone. You know, the bounds are almost limitless, and some of these things now you can control pretty much everything in your house. You can even go to the lengths of having a smart house. You know, you can wire up your lights, hence the Google Home, and you know all those other smart devices, and get them to turn your lights on and off and all these sorts of things. And I really start to question the logic behind that when we already live in a society where people are becoming more obese, more overweight, less healthy. You know, we're eating junk. We are expecting gadgets and devices to do more things for us. We're also exposing ourselves now to a lot more Wi-Fi radiation and energy than we ever have in our lives. And there's still so much that's unknown about that as well. So when it gets to the point that you can say, "Hey Google," or "Hey Siri," and have your latest questions, your whims, your lights turned on, off, whatever you want to do, through just a voice command, you know, you don't even have to get up off the sofa anymore. You know, I mean, okay, these things sort of are the start of it, but you know, sometimes you leave it on the opposite side of the room, you still got to get up and get it. But with these new smart devices, that's not the case. You know, all you got to do is say, and it shall be done. And to me, that's just making us even more lazy. And you know, it doesn't just go for electronic devices. I mean, one of the things that always makes me laugh is, you know, we go for a walk around the neighbourhood to take the dog for a walk or just to get some fresh air, and people are blowing leaves off their footpaths and their driveways with leaf blowers. And you know, I just look and I kind of laugh because it's something I will never have. I just don't believe that I need a tool that runs on an engine or an electric motor or whatever to clear leaves off my driveway. I mean, that's just crazy. You know, there's something invented, you know, probably over 100 years ago easily, probably even a lot more than that. I don't know the history on it. It's a very simple device. It's got a long wooden handle, bristles on the end. It's called a broom. You know, why do you need a leaf blower? Seriously. So when it comes to starting to add in more of these devices running on Wi-Fi, such as these smart devices, Google Home, etc., I really got to start to question whether we need it. You know, I mean, this is a device that is essentially designed to make life easier for you. But what you got to remember is that at the same time as it makes life easier, it also makes you lazier. These things don't have the ability to wire them up via Ethernet. They only use Wi-Fi. So it's yet more Wi-Fi radiation in your house. For me, I've been doing a lot of research about this lately. I've been doing a lot of reading myself. I read a good book recently about the subject, and I, I basically come down to two conclusions as to why I don't want one of these things. One, I don't want to be lazier, and I don't want my kids to be lazier, or anyone in my family to be lazier. We need to be up and around and moving and doing more, not lying on the couch and telling Google Home to turn our lights on and off. And the other one is not wanting to, bring another wireless device into the house to use Wi-Fi and create more Wi-Fi energy to, expose us even more to electromagnetic radiation and all these other things. So, I really have to seriously pose this question to everyone is, do you really need a device that makes you lazier? I don't think I do. It's not only for our own health, but also the health of the environment. These things, the more of these things we have, the more we add to the e-waste, as we call it, or the electronic waste, the electronic devices that just get discarded every year is huge. Let's not be so lazy. Let's get off our butts, go up, turn the light off yourself. You don't need a Google Home or any other smart device to do it for you. You've got legs and a pair of arms. That's what they were given to you for, to do those sorts of things. In our modern society, we're becoming so dependent on these things, and we tend to spend so much more time sitting now than we ever have in human history. To the extent where sitting is becoming known now as the next smoking. It is inherently bad for you to sit for long periods of time. Hence, in an office, at a computer, working for 8 hours a day. And, I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can, and I think everyone else should be too. Anyway, that is enough from me. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. You can also leave a comment and let us know what you thought. And I'd really also love to hear any of your thoughts and ideas, your opinions on this subject. It is a bit of a, shall we say, a touchy-feely one. So I'd be really keen to actually hear what some other people think. And of course, don't forget to share this. It's the best way to spread the word and help this channel to grow. So I hope to see you back here again soon. Until then, take it easy, have a good one, and go live it.